Coming up this week, some marvelous changes at the Disneyland Resort. See what I did there?
Yes, I would.
And it's time for March Madness. Woo! Plus, later, Michael continues his celebration of Disneyland's 60th with part 1 of Disneyland After Walt. A look at some of the events and changes that happened in Disneyland in the 1970s. I remember those. All that coming up next. From points across California, you're listening to the Disneyland edition of the Diz Unplugged. This is the Diz Unplugged Disneyland edition, episode 557 for the week of March 13th, 2016. The Diz Unplugged Disneyland edition is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel, helping you plan that perfect Disneyland vacation. Visit them on the web at www.dreamsunlimitedtravel.com. Hello everyone and welcome to the show. I am your host Tom Bell and I'm joined by my good friends Mary Jo Mulatto-Willie.
Hello.
Michael Bowling.
Hey there, hi there, ho there.
And Tony Spatel.
Hello.
And Nancy is off this week, having some well-earned family time. How was everyone's week? Is it raining in Southern California, Tony?
I don't know. I'm not there.
What the heck am I thinking? Sorry.
Yeah, you asked me. It's clear in Albuquerque.
I'm sorry. Mary Jo, was it raining in Southern California?
It has been raining,
Okay.
not today. Today was kind of cool though. It was very cloudy and it's supposed to rain sometime tonight. It rained on Friday.
Yeah, all of West's baseball games got rained out. And Yet he went camping, but you know.
Anybody who you know how we had our friends on, was it Frank and Brian? And yeah, they were on talking about the Harry Potter.
Yeah. Did you check it out?
No, but Kelly went on Friday with her friend Kayla. They rode the Forbidden Journey 9 times.
Wow.
She said there was a 5-minute line, and so she said go before April 7th.
I heard they're still kind of tweaking it. I don't know if it was, I think it was Brian posted that they toned it way down and it's not even like you're flying anymore. So, they're still working out the kinks.
Yeah, I hope they tweak it back where it's like you're flying.
Yeah, exactly. I want to say hello to our friends listening live on Mixlr. If you want to listen to us live and chat with other listeners, head over to Mixlr.com. It's mixlr.com. Look for Diz Unplugged Disneyland Edition. And listen to us live every Sunday evening beginning at 7 p.m. Pacific. Pacific Daylight Time now, Tony.
Yeah, thank you. Well, I've been in a 2-hour time difference between us. And now I'm in a 1. And I was so proud of myself for being ready, and now I'm not.
That's all right. We forgive you this
thank
time.
you.
If you want links to that, you can find those at our show notes page at DizUnplugged.com or on our Facebook page. Every week we post the link to Mixlr. Also be sure to check out our other, the whole Diz Unplugged family of shows. Monday is the Dreams Unlimited Travel Show. Tuesday is our Orlando show. And Thursday is the Diz Universal show. So be sure to check those out. All the links to those can be found at www.dizunplugged.com. Speaking of the Orlando show, they have a big anniversary coming up this summer.
Yes,
10
they
years.
do.
10 years. You're going to want to listen to Tuesday's show, just saying. There may be a little bit more information about some of the things coming up in July, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So, and Mary Jo was in the parks this weekend, and
She lives there. She lives in Walt's apartment, I think.
Yes, the light is on for her.
I've been there almost every weekend since Thanksgiving. It's crazy. I've never gone as often as I have, but there's always something to do over there.
Mm-hmm.
So
let's talk padding. Let's talk butt padding.
Talk about Hey, don't get personal.
Sorry.
So I went today to check out the Matterhorn because I saw on the Diz boards that they added padding to the seats. And so I said, well, I got to go check it out. And I did. And so they have these, maybe it's a 2-inch cushion, permanent cushion that's on the bottom of the Matterhorn seats. I thought they were really nice. It's contoured to the chair. They didn't do a...
Is it contoured to your butt?
Pretty much. It was very comfortable when I rode it. And So maybe it was because I was sitting on the cushion and I wasn't bracing myself as much or needing to.
Right.
The ride seemed faster than it normally does to me. Usually the ride doesn't seem quite as fast. And I rode on the Fantasyland side, which is a slower side. Also because I didn't want the ride to be so jerky. But it went by really quickly. It was more comfortable. I think people are going to be happy with these cushions. They're not against your back, but I think it does a lot to relieving that jerkiness that people were feeling, as you were riding on the Matterhorn.
How are they attached to the seat?
They use, it's funny you say that because a cast member was telling me that they use this special adhesive. Because we were chatting while I was standing in line, and she said that they were trying different adhesives that wouldn't come off when it rained, and so that's how they attached it, some type of adhesive, probably Gorilla Glue,
duct tape,
or Yeti glue, maybe something stronger. But yeah, so I went on it. It was a lot of fun, and I got a little wet. Which I wasn't expecting, because on the Matterhorn, you don't typically get wet, but I don't know if they've tweaked I don't know, it seemed like a smoother ride and a little bit faster.
Cool.
It was a lot of fun.
Any other housekeeping?
I have another one.
Please,
Go ahead, Mike.
please do.
I didn't know that you could, and those of you who are not locals probably knew this, but did you know that you could ship packages from Disneyland to your home?
Oh, I do it all the time.
Yeah.
You never told me, Michael.
You never asked.
Well, that's true.
I thought I've
never had a need to do that. But
there's usually a sign at the cash register that says that. You just ignore it.
Maybe it's above my eye
know.
level. I don't know.
And I noticed them at Disney World. I don't know if I've noticed them at Disneyland.
Okay.
The signs.
Well, it used to be where you could they'd have the sign that had that, but also where you could ship packages to the front when they used to do that. Or is it?
Well, that I knew about. I knew about package
and
pickup. I've done that before.
And ship packages to the resorts, and I think it was all on the same sign.
Well, I figured that shipping to the resorts. I knew about that. At least the Disneyland hotels.
Yeah, yes, that.
But I didn't know that you could ship them to your home, and it was really, it was very convenient. Mm-hmm. So.
What'd you buy?
Something for somebody. It's a surprise. Otherwise, I would tell you. So
somebody that actually listens to the show.
Kind of, sort of, and it's not my story to tell, and I can't say any more than that.
There you go.
It was nothing for you guys, so don't get excited.
Oh.
But yeah, when my friend told me about it, or the unnamed person, and I was like, "Really, we can do that?" And they were like, "We did this at Walt Disney World all the time." It's like, all right, well. So I learned something new, even though Michael knew about it already, and some of our friends on Mixler already knew about it.
How was the cost?
It was pretty decent for a 2 to 3 day for something that cost, like, let's say $30 or so. It was going to be almost $25, and then for a 10 to 14 days, it was $8.
Okay.
So I thought it was really reasonable.
Very cool. Michael, you have anything?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's good enough, because I'm ready.
Okay, cool.
We were trying to stall because of my time.
I was trying to stall because, yes.
I know, and I'm like, okay, Michael will have a nice, good something that... But that's actually good, because whenever he gives his, I usually start listening. And then I won't pay, and then I wouldn't have gotten the work done that I needed to get work. Oh, but of course I listen to Mary Jo's.
Yes,
but,
of course.
Sorry.
I have a really important one to share.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm not done yet.
Okay, sorry. My bad.
This coming weekend, or next week, March 19th and 20th, our friend Dave Avancino will be at the Disneyana shop. He will be selling some exclusive Disney art that he does, including his exclusive name art 3D art that he does, and the ticket book. So if you want to see him, he'll be there between 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. both days in the Disneyana shop. So don't be afraid to take advantage of that.
Very cool. Also, we were talking about in Mixar before the show about the Pixar Play Parade is for some reason not on the schedule after, say, March 28th. So there's been like no official announcement or anything like that. If it's just a glitch in the system or what, we will keep an eye out on that and see what's going on, because that's about the time that Food and Wine starts. So I don't know if the parade.
Well,
is
do you think
affected
it has
by
something
that.
to do with that?
Maybe. I don't know. We don't know. So we'll keep watch.
Hey, Tom.
Yeah.
We got a nice link from Teresa and Mixler for the shipping costs from the Disneyland Resort.
Okay.
Maybe you could put them in the show notes.
Yeah. I will look at that. See who that belongs to.
Oh, that's true.
All right.
What do I know?
Any other housekeeping, Mary Jo?
Other than I had a great dinner at Chef's Table with my children.
Oh, yeah.
It was so good.
Did
Probably the last time
Andrew-
that I'll do it for a long time.
Did Andrew cook for you?
No, it was Chef Gloria.
Mm.
And it was kind of cool because, okay, there's a lot of people know this. There's 2 sets of 4 chairs sitting together at the chef's table.
Right.
So if you sit in the first 4, 1 through 4, you're sitting where they're prepping the main food. And if you're 5 through 8, you're sitting where they're doing the desserts. Well, there was a huge group, there was a big group in there yesterday. And we sat where they prepped the food, and the attention to detail and how quick they execute preparing the food and everything was so interesting to watch. And there was this one chef, and I'm pretty sure he's been there for a while, and he was preparing everything. And then Chef Gloria went over there, and he had put together this salad, and she was pulling out leaves, and she was saying, no, we don't put our lettuce like this. We don't do clumps. And she was showing him, that he needed to maybe shred it better for the person. So when they would eat their salad, it wouldn't be so much work and stuff like that. And it was just really interesting. Kelly said that she was being the expo, part of the kitchen, and she was just orchestrating everybody to just get all the food out to everybody so that they would get the food hot at the same time, etc. At the same time, we were being fed these different courses that were just so good. It was good, and then all 3 of us did the wine pairing.
Nice.
So, yeah, it was. It is a little pricey, but if somebody's looking for a very special meal, I do recommend Chef's Table.
What did you eat?
A fish that I don't know the name of it. It said it had dory in it, so something dory.
Oh no! Now she'll never
She
find her
found Dory.
family.
Okay.
I forget now. I can't
That
remember.
movie's
any-
over.
So you had the wine pairings then? Okay.
Yeah, that was kind of obvious. But my meat was short ribs, and the meat just fell off the
5 short ribs.
Table.
Oh yeah, they were so good. We had duck meatballs.
Ooh.
We had scallops. We had duck breast. Nick had. Oh my gosh, what did he have? That was so good. He had. Oh, it doesn't sound good, but it really was good. He had lamb tongue. So they did ask us what we did not like, and he doesn't like mushrooms. Kelly and I like everything. So they did make sure that they gave us all the kind of food that we liked. And it was really funny. Nick and Kelly were saying that they think the chefs were listening to our conversations because different things that we said that we liked, all of a sudden that's what we were eating
Nice.
in front of us. So
they
it was really
changed the
well.
menu as you went along?
I don't know. I just think that they just paid attention to our conversation, and they just made sure that they served us something that we would really enjoy, yet a little bit outside what we normally would eat on our own. I think my appetizer was a sushi flight, which was just really good. All of it was really good, Michael. I can't name all of it. Some of it were names that I don't. John Dory, Jack Dory.
They're helping you in Mixler.
Yeah, Mixler's trying to help me. I think it's called John Dory. It was really good. It was kind of like a very like a whitefish. It was just really good, and the scallops were delicious and everything. And of course, they start you off with an amuse-bouche. Then you get the appetizer. It's a 5-course meal, and it's the same cost as if you get the 4-course prefix meal. But you get the 5 courses plus if you let the chef do what they want. They do something special, and you're getting the best quality food. So
one of these days.
yeah, you do have to save up. I use my Disney Visa reward card. I've been saving up, and that was a good majority of the cost.
Wow.
So I had there's no annual pass discount or anything. There's no break, but using that Disney Visa reward card made it a lot more palatable. I really enjoyed it. So.
Okay, cool.
Mark, thanks. Finding Short Ribs has been canceled by
nice.
Pixar.
Also, just a reminder, the Berry Festival starts next weekend at Knott's Berry Farm. I think I'm going to be there Saturday afternoon and enjoying some... I got to try the fun bun. You've seen that, right, Mary Jo? It's
I think I've seen it,
It's
yes.
like a huge cinnamon roll, like Disneyland cinnamon roll, that is dipped in funnel cake batter, then deep fried, and then has a boysenberry cream cheese over the top of it.
Oh my gosh!
Will you post pictures of it, Tom?
I will. I'll try to tweet. I don't know if I'll tweet from my own account or from the Diz, but I will try to.
Can you Periscope it?
Can you Periscope yourself eating it, and then I want one of those tubes, those cameras in your stomach as it's going down
Right.
in your stomach.
Really?
and then coming back up again.
Then a glucose level test.
Yeah, I want that too.
All right. And now it's time for news, such that it is not a lot of news this week. Construction on Star Wars Land begins in April. Yeah, but have you seen backstage? Have you seen the Rivers of America construction has begun? There was a story that came out this week that they are starting to drain the water from the back half of Rivers of America, so the back half of water, the backside of water. And as always, when they drain water at Disneyland, they are recycling it, sending to a treatment plant, and so they are not wasting it. All right, Tony, are you ready, sir? That's the news. That's it.
Before Tony goes, I will say, let me just add to your construction. Maybe not.
I was ready. Couldn't you tell by the music that I was ready?
I'm so sorry.
The music starts. It's over. It's time for March Madness, Mary Jo. You have to wait. I'm so excited.
All right.
And you should be excited, because to this...
I'm excited.
Yes. Jo, I think we should just listen to this song.
Nice.
Okay, so anyways, that was also a little bit of an ode to Wayne. I think Wayne used to throw music in every so often, or sound effects. Anyways, we've done March Madness. Is this our 4th year, Tom?
5th year.
Oh, geez. I can't. Okay,
Yeah.
So we're running out of things to do.
Yes.
So this could be the end. I don't know. But no, because then if Star Wars... Oh, wait. Oh, I just came up with an idea. Hopefully I remember it a year from now. And I feel really bad that Nancy's not here for this one. Shopping. Yes, March Madness shopping. Right in my wheelhouse, obviously.
Yes, of course.
So we're going to do...
She's going to say you did this because you knew she wasn't going to be here.
We didn't find that out until recently. This has been planned. We were discussing. We've got it planned. There's a link I can give you right now if you want to see the brackets. It is tinyurl.com/Diz March Madness 2016. Yes, it's a lot, but it's all words that we know. tinyurl.com/Diz March Madness 2016. So nice, beautiful bracket. We were looking for something that had 64. So shops was kind of where we're left. Oh, and I see people are looking at it because I can see everybody's name popping up. So let's go through. Now we know that just like March Madness, first of all, I'm really excited that we're actually doing it on the Sunday that they announced the brackets.
What timing?
Yeah, it was amazing timing. So,
hey, did you see Fresno State's going to the big dance?
Yeah, I know they beat San Diego State in the tournament.
Sorry.
Sorry that. But you know what? That's not the real dance.
But you're not bitter.
This is the real dance. The Phantasmic. Yeah. Who's going to be the Phantasmic champion? We remember that they were retired because they always won. So that's why it's called the Phantasmic Champion. So we have divided up shopping. We know that with every bracket, there's controversial seedings. There are teams that are left out. You know, that just seems to happen, especially when the selection committee Sometimes, the selection committee of one sometimes looks at things. Maybe I got paid under the table. I can't comment on that. So, here we go. Let's start with, we have our 4 brackets. We have the resort bracket. Remember, some teams might have to travel because there's not enough room, so they got moved to another bracket. There's the lands bracket, where we have all of the different lands in Disneyland. We have the DCA bracket, because they had enough to have their own bracket themselves. And the Main Street bracket, which has 2 teams that had to travel to Main Street, which is going to be really tough, because you can never win in Main Street if you're not from Main Street. If you never lived on Main Street, you don't understand Main Street, get out of Main Street. Sorry. Anyways, that was I was making a whole straight out of Compton kind of joke. Anyways, so.
Is that what that was?
Yeah, rap. I know, again,
You're so hood, Tony.
Thank you, yes. So, anyways, we'll start.
Can I just say I love the names that they give people on Google Sheets or whatever.
Yeah, anonymous bat, anonymous giraffe, chipmunk, moose, sheep, elephant, and lemur. Lemur is all lemur. Yeah. Sorry, it's French and Nancy's not here. So, okay, here we go. Speaking of that, that's the other thing I'm really sad that Nancy's not here, is because all of the shops in New Orleans Square I can't pronounce. So
you left them off. Okay, good.
No, I kept some of them on there, hoping that she would help me out. So here we go. In the resort bracket, we have we're going to start with we're going to do the number 1 at the end, because I want to share that one. So no, we kind of have to. We have our number 1 seed, the World of Disney, going off against one that was lobbied for because of one member of our podcast team. I personally didn't want this store involved. I didn't think they deserved it. But then I was told that, because that's how selection committees work, I get a little, hey, So, Something Silver versus World of Disney.
I slipped them a 20.
Yeah, so that's the 1 versus the 16 seed. We have the 8 and 9, D Street versus Disney Pin Traders. The 5 versus the 12, Ride Makers versus Sunglass Icon. Number 4 versus 13, the 4th seed, Build-A-Bear Workshop versus the ESPN Zone Studio Store. So cute versus sports. 6, we have the Fantasia Shop from the hotel, which is very underrated, why they got a 6 seed, versus Wonderground Gallery.
Which is way down at 11. Wow, okay.
Well, sometimes people don't know the team's names. So, number 3, because, first of all, how could some people might say this is a high seed for number 3.
Mm-hmm.
But, if you notice, the selection committee likes sweets. And sweets seem to get a higher seed. So Marceline's Confectionery not only has sweets, but it's named after the hometown of Walt. How could that not be a 3 seed? Okay, you have number 14, Little Mismatched versus number 7. 3 versus 14. Marceline's versus Little Mismatched. You have 7 versus 10, Disney Vault 28 versus Anna and Elsa's Boutique. That is bias. I'm not a big fan, so that's why you got a number 10. Number 2. We can discuss the controversy in a second. Lego Store.
What?
Yes, okay, here's why the Lego Store was the number 2 seed according to the selection committee. Where else can you play and buy at the same time?
Okay, fine.
Sephora.
Yeah,
okay.
That didn't even make the list.
I was thinking, you can go to the Lego Store and toddlers can sit there for 2 hours. Now remember, that's what's going to be interesting about the voting, is you can vote. Some people are going to look at it based just on selection. Some people are going to look at it based on, this is such a well-themed store. I'd vote for that. I put the Lego Store number 2 because of the fact that you can actually interact and play. So it's kind of depends on people's perspective. So really, these numbers could mean nothing depending on what you decide to vote for. So some people, like I said, might vote for theming, selection. It could be all of the above or none of the above. So it'll be interesting to see how this turns out. Because really, with shopping, how do you really rank them? But I chose to this way anyways. And then we have the Lego Store versus Sanuk or whatever at 15. Okay, so.
I think that was Julie's favorite, was Sanuk.
Okay, so. In the Main Street bracket.
So any highlights in there, Tony, that you think we should look at? Any matches that in the resorts bracket?
Well, I don't see how World of Disney doesn't win, but then again, there might be Ride Maker's got a higher ranking with a 5 because I guess I was kind of biased to the kid factor and the fact kids could make their own thing. That's why they got a 5. And if you see Bears should have been 4. They're kind of like 4 and 5. I actually think Fantasia Shop is probably one of the most underrated shops in Disney.
Mm-hmm.
For me, but I just like souvenirs. That's the thing. I'm biased that way.
Wonderground Gallery is kind of popular. It may do okay against Fantasia Shop, and I don't know. I see it getting
well. And what was
fairly far in the
what was hard was
tournament.
How do you rank there? So there's actually this kind of might end up being the best 64 we've ever done because. Okay, someone say, sunglasses, I lose them all the time, I need them. And other people like, that shouldn't even belong in Disney. Others know I want memorabilia, and that's it. But then there's the Lego store. Like, it depends on people's perspective and how they're interpreting the shops. You know, is it about, it needs to have Disney merchandise only, and special Disney merchandise, then I'm voting for that one. Or does it have to be something that everybody could go to? I put, the Lego store because it's interactive. So, it kind of depends. Some people say, I don't like candy. I don't want to go to Marceline. So it's just...
There may be some surprises this time around.
Well, of course, when the selection committee is... That's the purpose of the random selection committee.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So, okay.
All right, what's next?
Main Street bracket. We have the number 1 seed, I think, obviously, Emporium.
Right, obviously.
There's only 2 that didn't belong in Main Street because Main Street didn't have a full 16. Going against number 16, Main Street Photo Supply Company. I think
that's legit.
Thank you. Good. I was like Main Street Photo.
That's one thing I think.
Hey, that's okay. Okay. The point is, are you going to watch? Yes. So I did my job. Ratings will be through the roof this year. Okay. We have the number 2 seed, Disneyana versus 15 Silhouette Studio. Silhouette Studio. Okay.
Where are we at?
Main Street's going to be controversial.
Wait.
You're going out of order. What happened?
I went to 2 versus 15.
Okay.
I went down. I'm going 1, 2.
Okay.
Okay.
Confusing us.
Sorry.
You went the other way in the bracket.
Okay, number 3, the 3 seed, the Candy Palace. You'll notice the sweets being high seeds. Versus 14, Fortuosity Shop. Someone clue me in and remind me the Fortuosity Shop.
It's the watch shop.
Okay, good. Mm-hmm. Then they did learn for 14. I can't afford those watches. Okay,
But that's a neat shop. They have lots
I agree.
Of neat stuff
That's
in
why
there.
you're going to vote. See, it all works out perfectly.
It's mostly for women.
Exactly. See,
Except for those Harvey wallets, right, Michael?
I get mine across the street.
But they have them there at Fortune Shop.
So again, the question is, does the price range of a shop make people say it shouldn't be ranked high and I shouldn't vote for it versus something that every person can get? See, this is all interesting. No, I'm serious. Because I went to cute stuff, kid stuff, cheap stuff. That was my thinking. But there's going to be other people that think totally differently. Again, that's why your vote counts. We don't want to have a brokered convention at the very end. So that was my little political joke for the time that bombed on everybody. Okay, so we are on number 5. Disney Number four. Thank you. Numbers are hard for me. Disney Showcase versus New Century Jewelry. At 13, number 5 seed Disney Clothiers versus one of the traveling teams, the Briar Patch from Critter Country. The 5 versus the 12. 6.
Traveling team. I like that. All right.
Mad Hatter. Well, that's what happens if you're good, but not that good. They make you go play in the tough bracket. Mad Hatter on Main Street versus 20th Century Music Company. 6 versus the 11. The 7th seed Main Street Magic Shop. Now see, nostalgia. I went there. They got 7. Versus 10, the China Closet. And then the 8th seed versus the 9, Crystal Arts. It's Crystal versus Pooh. Yes, I liked that one. That Pooh traveled, obviously. And then we've got 10, which is, we already did 10 and 7. Did I miss any? No, that's it. So go ahead and rip the bracket.
Let's see. Emporium's is popular, so it may go all the way. Disneyana Shop, though.
I know. I think it's going to be those two. I don't see how it couldn't be those two.
Yeah, Disneyana Shop's my favorite.
Yeah.
So again, then you're going to see is it?
You may also see Fortuosity Shop going far. Again,
it's interesting because, like I said, I love they're shops you love to look in, but that you won't buy, right? Mm-hmm. But people might say that's what I like about it. So again, it'll be interesting to see.
Right.
Well, and see, China Closet's the one that's at the end, right?
Yes.
Next to the... Yeah. See, that's the one that I typically buy more things out of that shop.
And there's a couple that I think will struggle because they just don't have... They're constantly changing. Like the Disney Showcase doesn't really... I mean, it's always something different. And then the 20th Century Music Company is what, pins? And, it just doesn't...
Yeah, it has a few books and some music, but it's mostly pins now. And Magic Shop, I might vote for it just because I like the fact it still exists.
Correct.
And no other reason.
See, now that we're actually discussing this, I was a little nervous about the shops, but actually what I really like about it is that, like I keep saying over and over again, there's different reasons people like different shops. Mm-hmm. So I don't think it's obvious as to who's going to necessarily win.
Right. Yeah.
So maybe this will be the best one yet. Okay, so
the rest of Disneyland.
Okay, the rest of Disneyland, we have the lands bracket. So all the lands, including New Orleans Square. We have, I'll go in the top to bottom order this time. The Star Trader #1 versus
the Parfumerie.
Mademoiselle.
Yeah, the perfume shop. A little bias there.
Have you been in that perfume shop?
The perfume shop.
Those beautiful mirrors by Dorothea Redmond.
Mm.
Yes.
They're gorgeous. I go in there every time just to look at them.
Now, see, again, the selection committee liked Legos and candy. So the selection committee's a 5-year-old boy. So you have to remember that's why the perfume place got number 16.
But the perfume shop, that's another unique shop to Disneyland. They paint the bottles on Saturdays. They have, I hate to say souvenirs. You can purchase the bottles there that you cannot purchase anyplace else because they specialize it to the person.
We will see what the voters say. Now, even though you're really I thought the campaign rules were within a certain amount of feet. You couldn't have signs because you're really trying to promote your platform. Mary Jo, I'm just saying. Now, this one, of course, I had to do this. The number 8 seed is Pieces of 8, because of course, versus Fantasy Fair Gifts, the number 9. Little Green Men's Store Command, again, remember the selection committee is a 5-year-old boy. That's me. Against number 12, Autopia Winner Circle. Those two probably don't deserve to either win, but somebody there is going to win. Number 4, It's a Small World Toy Shop versus 13, La Masquerade d'Orléans.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you. That's channeling Nancy. Number 6, Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique versus Westward.
Say that again.
Yeah, I know. I said the French one, no problem. Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. Number 6 seed versus Westward Ho Trading Company, number 11. Number 3, The Other Mad Hatter, which is
Fantasyland.
I erased that, but now it's now it's in there. The Mad Hatter of Fantasyland. And okay, I'm going to totally be honest. The reason why it got a 3 high seed is because I remember as a kid getting my hat with my name on it at that one. So I was like, nope, that's getting a 3. That's the Tony special. Not the one on Main Street.
Plus, that's the only one that the Cheshire Cat appears.
Yeah, not the one on Main Street. That one. So that's why I put it as a 3 on purpose. So the Castle Heraldry Shop, 14 seed. Fairy Tale Treasures, number 7 versus 10, Bonanza Outfitters. I think for some of these, you have to go to the Disneyland Resort website and see which one's which, because some of these names we might just go to the shops but not know. So do your research before your vote. Be an informed voter. Number 2, Pioneer Mercantile, because I like it. Okay, versus 15, Cristal d'Orléans, 15, and that is the lands bracket. So go ahead and criticize.
I think Cristal d'Orléans should be a more like a 6 than Bibbidi Bobbidi.
I think this was a weak bracket.
Oh, you mean a weak bracket the way it was organized, or just there's nothing good in there?
There's nothing all that. I mean,
You're right, but that's where all the lands are. But what's interesting is Mary Jo totally disagrees because she thinks New Orleans Square is amazing. I don't mean it in a bad way, but
Yeah, they have unique shops there. They have things that you could get there that you can't get anywhere else, and it's, to me, good quality items that you can get there.
And they have the pirate shop and the Nightmare Before Christmas shop in there.
Mm-hmm.
So we will have to find out what the voters think. And we know if Mary Jo and Michael stuff the ballots, then we'll know. But that's okay. It's your right.
Michael and I have a lot of friends.
I know.
So.
I don't. So somehow my voting for something makes negative votes. I don't even know how mathematically that's possible. And then finally, the DCA bracket. We have the number 1 seed, Elias and Company.
Of course.
Versus Julius Katz and Sons, 16. Number 8, Big Top Toys versus 9, Gone Hollywood. Number 5, Off the Page versus Sideshow Shirts, 12. We have, again, 5-year-old boy, Trolley Treats. Number 4. Okay, so over it.
Trolley Treats beat Off the Page.
If I want...
Tony.
Okay, I cannot eat anything at Off the Page. I can eat things at Trolley Treats. Now, okay, to be honest, when the first bracket came out, the food wasn't on there. Then I saw the food in the other ones and had to redo it and put the food high on all of them. So anyways, that's just my own. I do the food reviews. I kind of have to promote the food thing.
I see a little bias
there's a lot of bias. I'm not claiming that there isn't. Versus 13, Kingswell Camera Shop. Wow, how'd that get 13? I don't know what he was thinking. I must have been eating too many Trolley Treats and got a little tipsy. Number 6, Oswald's versus Seaside Souvenirs, 11. Okay, yes, this got a 3. People forget about this shop, and I think it's really good. And every time I go in, I go, wow, I didn't realize how good this shop was. Again, bias, yes, but too bad. People have to deal with it. Russian River Outfitters. I gave it a 3 because I just think it's underrated and it's big and they have cool themed stuff that you can only get there. And even though I'm not an outdoorsy person at all, I love the outdoorsy motif of the shop. So
yeah, I love just looking at this different signs.
Yeah. Thanks for sticking up for me there, Tom.
No worries.
Versus 14, Treasures in Paradise. The Cars matchup that we've been waiting for. Ooh. Ramon versus Sarge. Ramon's House of Body Art versus Sarge's Surplus Hut. I actually think Ramon's House of Body Art could go pretty far. I think that's one of the...
I agree.
And what's interesting is as this bracket was going through, the Cars Land shops are probably the most themed, I would think, because you know how Cars Land was the whole thing is you're in the movie, and it's not a shop about souvenirs. It's a shop like if you're in the movie. If I could do it all over again, which I guess I could, but I won't, I'd put Ramon's House really high. Because it's like it's Ramon's House of Body Art. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then number 2, Los Feliz 5 and Dime versus Atwater Ink and Paint. Again, Mary Jo, go ahead and chastise me for my choices.
No, well, I agree with you about the Russian River Outfitters. I think that's a really cool store. I just think that you must have hit your head or something when you put Off the Page down at 5. That's all.
Yeah, I think Off the Page will go far. I think Ramones will go far.
Now remember too, you do want some kind of, if it's all in a perfect order, which doesn't exist, then it would be boring. Come on.
Oh, I know. You've given us a challenge.
Yes.
I'm cringing at a few of these choices you're making me choose.
Yes, that's the point. So everybody can, and where's the vote, Tom?
Vote will be posted on Facebook. If you're listening on iTunes, you should already be able to go to our Facebook page and vote. If you're listening live by midnight, maybe. It'll be up on Facebook, so go to our Facebook page and you'll be able to vote there.
And you cannot complain if you don't vote. You need to vote and make your voice heard.
And you only get to vote once.
Ah.
Are you going to make us all raise our right hands and take a pledge, Tony?
Yes, and we're going to have little oval stickers that say I voted that we're going to be sending to you. Yes. No absentees. We've been having
no absentee voting. All right,
we're having issues with some of the hanging chads. So,
is there a deadline for voting? So gets tabulated for next week's show?
Yeah, we'll probably cut it off at noon on Sunday. Next Sunday.
Okay.
So Sunday the 20th.
Now, Tom, you said 20 minutes. How'd I do?
I don't know.
I think I did about 20 minutes.
Yeah, you did. We're good. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Tony. We'll see. I'll be looking forward to the results next week.
Yeah.
Time for rapid fire. I will go first. This one's rapid. A new discount has been released. Save up to 20% on premium rooms at Disney's Grand Californian Hotel and Spa and the Disneyland Hotel, or up to 10% at Disney's Paradise Pier Hotel. This offer is valid Sunday through Thursday nights from April 3rd through June 16th. You can book now up through May 24th, 2016, with travel completed by June 16th. Now the fine print savings on premium rooms are available in premium, deluxe, and woods, garden, or courtyard rooms, select concierge rooms, and Paradise, Artisan, and Regal suites, and of course not valid with any other discounts or offers, subject to restrictions, and change without notice. If you have a trip already booked through Dreams Unlimited Travel, of course your agent has already checked to see if this offer would save you money and made the appropriate changes, right, Mary Jo?
That's correct. They really take a lot of pride in doing that.
Yeah, they do.
So.
They love sending those emails. Yeah, I just saved you $200.
Yeah.
All right, Michael.
Well, Captain America has been my favorite Avenger since I was a little boy. And so I'm really looking forward to the next installment of the Captain America films in May. Well, Marvel is launching a program for girl scientists. Marvel Studios is increasing their girl power on the big screen, and behind the scenes they're looking for some talented science-loving youngsters as well. So Marvel's partnering with the National Academy of Sciences Science and Entertainment Exchange for a program where girls 15 to 18 and in grades 10 to 12 can submit projects they feel can change the world with a short video that demonstrates their idea and explains its far-reaching potential. In conjunction with the release of Captain America Civil War on May 6th, Girls Reforming the Future Challenge is geared toward female applicants who are interested in science, technology, engineering, or mathematics, or STEM projects, and share the same goals as the Avengers on screen. The commitment to safeguard humanity, protect the Earth at all costs, and make the world a better place for future generations, says Civil War star Elizabeth Olsen, who plays Scarlet Witch, and hosts an exclusive introduction video with Emily Van Camp on the Captain America Civil War Challenge website. 5 finalists will be picked to travel to California to present their projects to a panel of experts, and they'll also receive an invitation to hit the red carpet at the Civil War world premiere at Hollywood's Dolby Theater, April 12th, a tour of Walt Disney Studios, and a $500 savings account from Synchrony Bank. In addition, one girl will be selected for the grand prize, an internship at Marvel Studios. I'm really excited to meet these exceptional young women who have STEM backgrounds and who maybe also want to be part of a more creative and science-based world, Olsen says, and Marvel's a perfect place for that. Entries will be accepted through March 26th. For applications and more information about the program, including the video I mentioned, visit CaptainAmericaChallenge.com, and we'll have a link in our show notes. So good luck, ladies.
Very cool, Michael.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I think this is great.
And speaking of Marvel, Mary Jo.
Well, excuse me, as you know, over at Innovations in Tomorrowland...
Do you mean the Tomorrowland Expo Center? What's it called? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, over there.
Carousel of Progress?
Big building,
yes, America Sings.
You can currently suit up at Iron Man Tech presented by Stark Industries, or you can meet Thor at the Treasures of Asgard. But the last day you'll be able to do this will be right after the Easter weekend. Thor's going to be returning... I'm sorry, I had to stop for a second.
Sure.
Oh, Thor.
Thor.
I know your heart is a little sad.
This part's really hard for me to share, but he's going to be returning to Asgard.
Aww.
And the Bifrost linking our two realms is going to be closing after April 2nd.
Aww.
We won't be able to see him anymore. But
until
so wait a second, film. I'm confused. So our realms, like he's in a whole nother realm, but for some reason they follow the same calendar we do with like dates, like April 2nd, the bridge is closed.
Do you not know anything?
Start date 10,512.
When in Rome, Tony. When in Rome.
Okay, I don't understand.
This is Thor we're talking about, all right? He's a
okay.
god.
No, so okay.
Anyway.
So I would think as a god, he could say April 2nd. That means nothing to me. I'm a god.
Well, but the Bifrost, he also...
Yeah, I blew your mind
he's
just
a god
now,
with a
Mary
small
Jo.
G. He only has so much power. But despite all that, don't despair, because beginning on April 3rd, you'll be able to head over across the way to California Adventure, meander to the end of Hollywood Boulevard near the Hyperion Theater, and you'll still be able to meet the Marvel characters, including our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, and also Captain America, who's coming back. And so it's going to be Captain America's Civil War. And just in case anybody didn't realize this, he's also going to be coming out in theaters in 3D on May 6th. So no coincidence. I mean, it's pure coincidence that his movie's coming out at the same time that he's returning to California Adventure. So I guess he's in town, so he's going to be visiting us. But yeah, they're moving the Marvel characters across the way, and they're not going to be in a environment like they're in currently at the headquarters. It's going to be outside meet and greet. And then we'll see what else Disney comes up with to surprise us.
So we were speculating that it's the cityscape that they used for Monsters U.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
That's the most logical. They're not going to they're going to put it over there in the corner. Yeah. So
all right.
I thought that they would have put it at stage 17 or something and built, that whole environment.
Yeah.
So maybe they're building something, and in the meantime they don't want to deprive us of our favorite characters.
Yep. And speaking of Marvel, Tony.
I know, this is all Marvel. Please.
Yes.
Yeah, it's all Marvel.
It's marvelous.
Yes. Well, Avengers, again, I still don't know how Thor didn't see this coming. I assume Thor just knew everything. But, wait, I just thought of something. Mary Jo, when you spin in a chair, is that like your way to, is that how you summon Thor? Is that how you get into that bridge?
I'll never tell.
To the other sphere or realm or whatever it was called? So, Avengers have joined forces with more heroes for the Run Disney Superheroes Half Marathon weekend at the Disneyland Resort. So there's changes. Is that Avengers are now going to join forces with more superheroes in 2016. The November event name will change to celebrate the expanded roster to the 2016 Superheroes Half Marathon weekend at Disneyland Resort. So not just Avengers, but all the superheroes. To celebrate the 75th anniversary of Captain America's first appearance, the Captain America 5K will be inspired by the vintage style of the original artwork. The Master of Mystic Arts is set to host the Doctor Strange 10K. And again, just coincidence, like Mary Jo said, what better motivation than the Doctor Strange movie releasing the week before the event? Just happens to coincide perfectly. The half marathon will remain the Avengers Superheroes Half Marathon. The Superheroes Half Marathon weekend will be full of surprises. Registration will open on April 12th, 2016 at noon Eastern Time and will be sold out April 12th, 2016 at 12:01 Eastern Time. I added that myself.
Of course, pass holders can go a week early and DVC can go a week early.
So you can also, though, sign up for an email reminder, and you can join the fun by following @RunDisney on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram using the hashtag RunDisney. So there you go.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. For those of you listening live, be sure to stick around for Michael's segment. It's going to be an awesome one. Otherwise, for those listening on iTunes, skip ahead to the next segment now. That is going to do it for this segment of the Diz Unplugged. Be sure to catch all of our other Diz Unplugged podcasts this week. And, of course, we'll be back again with you next week. Until then, remember, Disneyland is always more magical when it's shared. Thanks for listening.